Morning, ma'am. Sign here, please.
Thanks, Paddy.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I've been waiting just to hold you, and the secrets I never told you. Years of searching, tears of longing, and the fears of not belonging to you. Were you longing to hold me in your arms, to see me and touch me and hold me in your heart of hearts?
Where are you going?
Out where?
Town.
Where in town?
The square, Mom.
The square. You know I don't like you hanging around the square. Who are you going with?
Friends.
What friends?
You wouldn't know them.
Be back here in time for dinner.
We might go out for a burger.
A burger? And why would you stuff your face with that rubbish?
A veggie burger, Mom.
Why do I have to drag every little piece of information out of you like a string of sausages?
Yeah, why do you?
Oh, I give up. Beats me. I don't know why we have to drag every little piece of information out of that daughter of yours like a string of spaghetti.
Daughter of ours, yours and mine, remember?
Sometimes I wonder where she came from.
That's not what you said 17 years ago.
Well-
You know right well where she came from.
It seems to me like she's came from your side of the family.
Couldn't have. Our side of the family are all boys. Anyway, I thought I heard you tell her it was like drawing a string of sausages, not spaghetti out of her.
Every time I try to have a serious conversation with you, you come out with some rubbish. I'm talking about Kira.
But they all have their little secrets at this age. You know, I mean, you remember what you were like at that age?
I certainly have not forgotten.
Ha, running away.
Actually, I was heading for the kitchen to start your dinner.
I was only joking. You know me, my mom was only joking.
Joking? Well, I'm glad you didn't take it up as a career or we'd all be starved half to death. Maybe I'll just open a can of spaghetti.
I heard that.
Are you still here? Munching biscuits doesn't count as dinner, you know. And don't forget you said you'd visit your gran for a while later on this evening.
Don't worry, I'll be back in time.
Sometimes I wonder.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. Up above the clouds so high, like a diamond.
I promised I'd come over and visit you, Gran. Did you forget?
Forget? Well, it's always nice to see you. Come in, come in.
Gran, what were you doing?
Doing? Nothing. Just having a wee rest, sitting, relaxing.
I couldn't open the door, so I looked in the window. Where's the teddy gone? The one you were playing with?
Teddy? Oh, I was looking up some old things to give to the charity shop. That was your mother's old teddy when she was a child. I was going to ask her if it was okay to give it away.
Mam's old teddy. Can I have it?
What's that you have?
Oh, this is a tablet. My mom got it for me for birthday. It's really cool. It has like...
A tablet? The only tablets I know are the ones you take when you have a headache.
It's not that kind of tablet. It's really cool. It has like games and stuff on it. Like this is called Instagram, and you can post like pictures on it and videos and stuff. It's actually really cool. And you can like text people, like your friends and stuff, and you can also add people, and you can also follow people, and they can follow you back and stuff.
I
But you can message them, so it's like WhatsApp or something. But you can post pictures that multiple people can see, even if you're not in like a group chat. But you can actually add people into a group chat as well, because you can message them. But it's really cool, because then you can also add like tags and stuff, which direct you to like people can see it. It's actually really cool. And like you can also post videos and stuff, and you can also...
Well, how was your gran?
She was playing with a teddy bear, like bouncing it on her knee and singing to it. I don't know, it was weird. I saw her through the window.
A teddy bear?
Yeah, your old teddy bear. I asked her if I could have it, but she said that she wanted to ask you if she could give it to a charity shop.
My old teddy bear? Gosh, I don't think I ever had a teddy bear. Lots of dolls.
She forgot to ask you if she could give it away.
I never had a teddy bear. I'm sure I didn't. I'd remember if I had.
Well, she said it was yours.
I don't know.
Jono, when are you going to finish off the grass?
Later, Ma. I'm studying.
I can see that. But I can also see the grass growing up over my knees.
Ah, Ma, why are you always exaggerating everything? And anyway, those weeds, what you call them? They could be some rare medicinal herbs or something.
Yeah, the way you're going about it, they could be all right. They could be some miracle cure for some rare tropical disease, but sure, no one's ever going to know.
Ah, Ma.
Ah, man, nothing. You promised over a month ago, Jono, that you'd cut the grass and tidy the garden.
I don't know. I have exams coming up.
But you're there months off.
Yeah, well, I have projects to do.
Well, grass cutting and tidying the garden seem like very good projects to me. Especially since you'll be going to agricultural college next year.
They're not those kinds of projects. They're going to be about soil composition and pH values and that.
Look, why don't you do a project on the medicinal weeds? Put all of that study to good use. You never know, they might offer you a scholarship.
Oh, all right.
What are these?
Oh, there was an article about a futuristic...
What? Agriculture on Mars? Jesus, Jono, you'll never get into college if you keep studying that rubbish. They're hardly going to have entrance exam questions on that now, are they?
Yeah, well...
Yeah, well, nothing.
Right, I better go start that project on those herbs in the garden, those medicinal herbs.
No, today's project is grass cutting. And if you find any of those medicinal herbs, pick them up when you mow, won't you?
Yeah, well, I guess I need to take a break from the studies anyway.
You can take a break out in the garden. Plenty of fresh air and exercise. Great for stimulating the brain. Well, Niamh, how's things?
Okay.
What can I do you for, Niamh?
Have you been to see Mother recently?
I did actually. Last week. Why?
And how was she, did you think?
The usual.
A bit tired, but sure, it's to be expected. She never stops. Why?
Well, I dropped Kira over to visit her, and Kira said she was, how do I put this, bouncing a teddy bear on her knee and singing.
Are you serious? Is she having a second childhood or something? When I saw her, she was a bit tired, all right, and now that I think back on it, a bit distracted. I did ask her if she was all right, but sure, she ignored me. A bit forgetful, I think.
I think there's more to it than that, though. We might have to consider another option. Like, she's all alone in that big old house.
Playing with her teddy bear?
Yes, well, it's worrying.
In the meantime, we should all meet up and decide what's the best thing to do. Like, it looks like she's going a bit senile. Maureen's back from her conference tomorrow. I better go and have a little talk with Mother and just see how she's doing.
Yeah, so I was at Granny's house, right? And I knocked on the door to see if she would answer because I wanted to come in. But yeah, she didn't answer. So I looked in the window and she was playing with this teddy bear and she was like singing to it and stuff.
Was it your mum's or something, or was it just...
It was weird. Has your mum gone all loopy like my mum?
Probably. Can't say I noticed. But sure, I don't pay much attention to her. Anyway, what way is your ma gone mad?
Well, like, you remember with transition there and how we wanted to start the school newspaper?
Oh, I remember that.
And like how the teacher, she like told us about how the journalists do it with like the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why.
Yeah.
Well, every time I go out now, she starts questioning me like that. She's always like, where are you going? Who are you going with? When will you be back? And so on.
Did she work for the newspaper before she was married?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think she's just nosy.
All mums are like that.
Yeah, but your mum doesn't go on like that, does she?
No, that's true. She always has her head in some report or book or something. Doesn't pay much attention to me.
She seems to trust you. Not like my mum.
I wouldn't say it's trust. More like neglect.
Oh, you poor neglected little babby.
Stop. I don't want her cured anyway. Keeps her out of my hair like that. You know, she's probably going through the regression or something. With all those reports. Probably make her mad eventually.
Seriously? You don't think she's gonna, you know...
Can you imagine it? She'd probably go nuts from information overload or something.
Auntie Maureen, the mad professor.
Oh God. Here, what time is it?
Oh, yeah, I have to go swimming practice.
Oh.
I'll see you later.
I'll see you. Say hello to your ma for me, will you?
See ya.
See ya.
Niamh is just going out to trim that bush, but she'll start to rain. Will I put the kettle on?
No, I just called in to see how you are. I'm on my way to collect Kira from swimming.
Oh, how was your trip? Did the conference go well?
Trip?
And when did you get back?
No, that was Maureen. You're getting things mixed up, Mum.
Oh, why? Maureen, that's right. I'm sure the old brain is getting a bit hazy.
Are you sure you're okay? Are you sure you're not ill or anything?
Oh, just a little tired now and then. I'll be all right. Will we make that cup of tea after all?
We will. Are you sure you're okay, Mother? Did something upset you?
I'm just a bit breathless. I'll be all right when I sit for a minute.
Okay. And will I make the tea then?
No, don't fuss. I'll be all right.
Okay. If you're sure.
I'll just sit for a minute and then I'll go and fix the rambler and then I'll make the tea.
I'll put the kettle on.
No, I'll do it. You run along and collect Kira and I'll...
Mother, Kira mentioned something about a teddy bear. You were going to give it away to a charity shop?
Teddy bear? Whatever gave her that idea?
I'll see you tomorrow. Anyway, maybe you could send Georgina over to cut my grass for me. Sean's bad back seems to have come back to haunt him.
Well, considering I practically have to kick him out to get mine done, don't hold your breath.
Maybe you should get yourself a new man. Somebody that's handy around the house. Not like the last one.
Well, no. One was enough. John was following in his footsteps.
Well, anyway, look, we're here to talk about Mother. I mean, when I went to visit her the other day, she thought I was Maureen. I mean, this forgetfulness and playing with teddy bears is beyond me.
Playing with a teddy bear? Mother? What's all that about?
Kira went to visit her last week and she said she saw her bouncing a teddy bear on her knee and singing to it.
Oh, good God. This is uncanny. And perhaps this fits in with what I have to talk to you about.
About something to do with the conference?
Well, not about the conference itself, about someone I met there.
So, a long lost lover?
No such luck. Well, how can I put it? There was this woman who read a paper on the second day. Professor Georgina Bennett. She's a clinical psychologist at the Fritz-Lavin Institute. There was something about her that resonated with me. I simply felt drawn to her quite strongly, and I'd never even met her before this. Later, when we were having a drink and just chatting with colleagues, I sensed her watching me. She was sitting, talking with some of her colleagues, but she seemed to be more interested in me than in who she was with. Well, after a while, she stood up and she joined the group I was with. I have to say, I found her more interesting now that the formal talks were over. We agreed to meet for coffee the following day before I flew back. Actually, she kind of insisted.
Sounds a bit pushy.
Well, yes and no. Anyway, I agreed. I mean, I thought you wanted to discuss something about the seminar. But here's the really strange bit. That night, I had a dream. And she was in the dream. And it was really strong, very real. In the dream, she was my sister. And Mother was there. And it seemed so natural that we would have a sister.
As if two weren't enough. But that's normal enough with a dream, isn't it? So was she there at breakfast the next day?
No. I met her in the foyer before breakfast and she had something that she needed to do. But we arranged to meet for a coffee before I left for the airport.
And did you meet?
Yes. I thought she wanted to discuss her research. And besides, I thought it might dispel the dream. But she told me the most extraordinary thing.
We could talk about our work, but I've got something on my mind and I think it relates to you.
Oh? In what way?
Where to begin? When I saw your photograph on the seminar brochure, I had this extraordinary feeling that I knew you, even though we'd never met before. And then your name tied in with something else I've been researching.
Sounds fascinating.
Well, yes, it is actually. I realise we haven't much time. You have to catch your flight and we may not get this chance again. But having seen your photo on the brochure that night, I had a very strong dream. And in the dream, you and I were sisters, it seemed. And there was an older woman who I didn't recognise.
I see. And you think this is some sort of significance?
It seems to connect to the other research I've been doing, personal research, which, if the truth be known, I've been conducting almost all my life. You see, I was reared in an orphanage, and then at the age of 4, I was adopted by the Bennetts, an Irish couple who moved here. They were loving parents to me, and I couldn't have asked for better. They had no other children, and they've both passed now. But I've always had this strong feeling that I had another family somewhere. So I started my research to try and find them.
Lord, this is... I don't know what to say. You see, I also had a dream. And you were in the dream, and Mother. I didn't know what to make of it. You see, I always believed that the elements in dreams were just parts of the dreamer, aspects of the persona of the person dreaming, and, well, nothing to do with the actual persons themselves. Well, but now I'm not so sure. What are you suggesting? What do you make of it?
There's much more. This is a certified copy of my birth cert, my real birth cert. And as you can see, my birth mother's name is Mary Elizabeth Furlong.
Good God. The same as my mother before she was married.
And this is my adoptive certificate. I registered with the UK Adoptive Contact Register and an intermediary agency, and they have assured me that all the documentation is correct and verified. It's very thorough. It's taken several years. Now, I realise I'm springing this on you out of the blue, but this is perhaps the only chance I'll get. I'll understand if you think I've overstepped the mark.
No. It's taken me by surprise, that's all. Look, I think I can understand your urgency, but... Well, I really need to look at these documents and to think about them.
Thank you. You can hold on to those, they're copies. And this is the agency's report. And this is why I didn't stay for breakfast this morning. I went home to collect these to give to you. I grew up here.
And have you contacted Mother, I mean?
The agency contacted her and sent the documentation out a few weeks ago.
And?
I've heard nothing since. I've had no reply. I want to thank you, Maureen, from the bottom of my heart for meeting with me. It's been such a relief to finally tell someone. And I'm very grateful to you. And
dare I hope that maybe we could stay in touch.
It's certainly been a very interesting meeting. Not at all what I expected. I'll have time to read these on the plane. I'm sure we'll be in touch again.
Again, thank you.
Well, they certainly look really official. And it is Mother's maiden name.
Are you sure they're not forgeries? I mean, I'm sure there's lots of women with that same name.
Well, I can't imagine why anybody would go to all this trouble. And besides, the intermediary agency, they're an official body and they're the ones who have contacted Mother.
I just remembered, when I went to visit her, there was this envelope with an official looking registered English stamp stuffed down behind the cushions. The papers inside looked very official.
And did you open it and get a good look at it?
Of course not.
Anyway, I think this is all very exciting. Another sister. If it's true, that is. Although, a brother would have been more fun.
Half brother. If any of this is real. I mean, what do you think, Maureen? You've met her and talked to her.
Well, I have to say, after meeting her and studying all this documentation, it seems real enough. And if she is our long-lost sister,
Who we knew nothing about until a few minutes ago.
well, if she really is who she says she is, then I don't think we can deny her. Like, you should at least meet her. Look, she's a well-known professor of psychology. She's hardly going to make something like this up. And these documents, I mean, if they're not real, if they're forgeries, then, well, she could go to prison.
Have you seen the originals of these papers?
Well, no, these are certified copies.
But sure, we could get them checked.
And there is one other thing. I've invited her over.
No way. You haven't.
Well, she has free time next week.
Good God! Next week! What are we going to say to Mother?
More importantly, what is Mother going to say to us?
Maureen, how was your trip? And when did you get back?
I got back yesterday. It was good. Very interesting, actually. How are you?
As you find me. And how did the presentation go?
Well, I think it was well received. They're talking about publishing all the papers later in an anthology.
That should be nice.
Yeah. There were a lot of new ideas, so it should be interesting to see how that all plays out. There were some new people. That was also good. So some I knew of, but I hadn't met them before.
I always think it's very good to meet new people and get new ideas.
Yeah, of course. There was one woman, very interesting woman, a professor, Georgina Bennett. Maybe you've heard of her?
Heard of her? How would I have heard of her?
Well, I hadn't met her before, but she'd been away doing research in the United States. She's just come back to the UK.
A professor from America, you say?
No, she's English.
English?
Mother, are you all right?
Just a little tired. I'll just go in for a minute.
Mother, are you okay? Is there something wrong? Is something happened and you're just not telling us?
Just a little breathless. I'll be all right once I sit for a minute.
Well, can I get you anything?
No. I'll be all right. Stop fussing.
Well, so long as you're sure.
I'm okay. Why is everybody fussing?
Who's fussing?
Neve the other day. And now you.
Oh, Mother, but we're just worried about you. Is there something bothering you and you're not telling us?
Bothering me? What would be bothering me?
Okay then. I'll leave. If you need anything, just give me a ring.
Okay.
See you tomorrow. There was definitely something going on. I mean, Mother never reacts like that. I was worried for a moment that she was going to choke. I mean, she had to go inside to sit down just to get over it. She wouldn't even let me make her a cup of tea. I had the distinct feeling that she wanted me gone as soon as possible.
That's unlike her. So what'll we do?
Oh, if I hadn't had to collect Abby from swimming, I would have stayed and tried to get her to talk.
She must know then. And you say they've already been in contact. From what you say how she reacted, she seems to be very upset about it. But she didn't tell us, so she obviously doesn't want to talk about it, or even to know about it.
Perhaps she just needs time. Well, to come to terms with it, to decide what to do. I mean, these things always need time.
Well, you'd think after all these years she'd have some idea. I mean, that if it ever came to this, she'd know.
When she's been in denial for so many years and buried it so deep. And now when it's surfaced, she... If this was a case of mine, I'd follow the procedure, but it's not my case.
I think if she's having trouble, we have to find some way to help. In the meantime, maybe you should contact that professor and tell her not to come. It's not a good time.
But it might be better to get it sorted sooner rather than later. I mean, that's what I feel. It's better for all concerned. But it's also a case of festina lente. I mean, none of us are getting any younger.
And if she won't, we shouldn't really interfere, should we? Let the agencies do their job.
They've already been in contact. And if Mother turns them down, well, then we'll never know.
I think you're taking a big chance.
But this is not like any normal case. It's nothing I have ever dealt with before. I mean...
But Maureen, it's not your case.
I know. But look. One is my mother, and the other is possibly our long lost sister. I can't just do nothing.
I was just thinking the other day, you girls are growing up so fast. I can't believe you're going into your junior cert class next year.
Gran, I'm hardly in my junior cert class. I'm 16 now. Remember?
I thought Kira was 16.
Kira is a year older than me, but our birthdays are around the same time.
Did you have a nice birthday?
Gran, you were there. You got me this necklace.
Oh, yes, I remember. It looks nice on you.
Gran, you're not getting forgetful, are you?
Whatever gave you that idea? Well, Maybe. When you get older, you have a lot to remember. Maybe you just can't be bothered.
But you always remember birthdays. You always remember mine.
Oh, yes. I never want to miss a birthday. Birthdays are important, young or old.
Especially young.
Especially the young. Especially the young.
Abby, Pat, I need you to make yourself scarce now. Your gran is coming over and we're going to have a little chat.
What about?
It's none of your business what about. We just need to have a bit of privacy.
Can you not do somewhere else?
Abby, you go to your room and do your homework. I realise the traumatic effect it's had on you. And the hurt. But did you never think that she would try to find you? To know you? And you've had contact from the agency. You've seen all the documentation, all the proof. She's gone to a lot of trouble to find you.
It's been so long ago. Dragging up the past. What if she hates me?
Mother, I've met her. I've spoken to her. She won't hate you. It's nothing like that. She wants to know you. And Neve. And Anya. And we're all behind you. You know you have our full support.
Oh, God help me. God help me. I don't know what to do.
I've invited her over. Oh, she wants to meet her sisters and they want to meet her. But especially she wants to meet you.
I don't know. I don't know. What if she's not who she says she is? What if... Oh, I can't think straight. I don't think I can face it. I was young. I was stupid. I was... Oh, thank God your daddy passed away before all this happened. What would he have thought?
We're having a little dinner get-together on Tuesday night when she arrives.
Thank you.
Are you nervous? Do you really want to do this?
Yes, nervous, but excited at the same time. I mean, you know how long I've spent wishing and hoping and wondering, and now I just want to get it all resolved, and this might be the only chance I'll get.
I worry that if they didn't accept you, it might become hurtful.
Well, I can see that, but at this stage I really just want it resolved.
Well, you have entirely my support, and if things don't go according to plan, I can always come over and rescue you.
Thank you, my dear. I know you will.
And good luck.
Cheers.
Is she here yet? Oh, I only hope we're doing the right thing. I mean, this is all very sudden. I mean, 1 minute life goes on as normal and then this.
Well, one way or another, We'll soon find out. What does Sean think?
Oh, sure, Sean's delighted. Another woman in the family.
Yep. Sounds like Sean, all right.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing, just joking.
Oh, can you two calm down? She'll be down in a minute. We don't want her to think she's getting into a family that's at each other's throats already.
If she gets in, what's keeping her anyway?
Can you just...
I'm not sure about all this.
Oh, can you just give her a chance? I mean, she's a bit nervous, as you can imagine. She only arrived a few hours ago.
Maybe she's changed her mind. Although I hope not. God, I'm so excited.
I'll go up and see if she's ready.
Oh God, the suspense. My heart is racing.
Oh, Maureen should have asked us before she had her over. Like, it could all blow up in our faces.
Look, Maureen is the psychologist, so if she's okay with it, I think we should trust her. Anyway, we'll soon find out. Look, my hands are shaking. I wish Mother was here. Surely she'd know.
Well, for reasons only known to herself, she's not.
But wouldn't it be instinctive? Like, surely a mother would just know.
After all these years, who knows?
This is Anya. And this is Neve. And this is Georgina.
I'm so.
It's okay.
Oh dear.
Here, come and sit.
I'm so sorry. It's just so much. Just seeing you all, meeting you all. It's okay. Don't worry.
I have to admit, my heart's been racing.
Oh, it's all very emotional. We'll be okay in a bit.
I think we should go into the dining room. But we'll have lots to chat about there.
We're not the three Graces anymore.
I'll go get it. That'll be Abby. She'll have forgotten her keys or something. Mother? This is...
I know.
Child.